Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Okay, so today I want to show you how I like to brighten and draw attention to the eyes in my portraits using Lightroom without even having to go into Photoshop. So this is actually super simple and it only requires a couple of steps, so let's get started. Okay, first things first, I already went ahead and did my basic adjustments as well as color toning to this image. And as you can see from the adjustments that I've made, her eyes are still just a little bit dull and overall, they're just not really standing out as much as I would prefer. So that's what we're going to work on right now. So to do this, you're going to go up top underneath your histogram where all of your tools are located, and you're going to go to the far right side, and over there you'll find your adjustment brush tool. When you select your adjustment brush tool, you'll notice a drop down of all the different adjustments that you're going to be able to make. And right below that are some settings that you can change on your brush. To change the brush size, just go ahead and toggle the left or right bracket key on your keyboard, or you can slide the size slider right and left. And once you have the right size brush, you're going to go ahead and start painting on the eye. For this step, you want to focus only on the iris or where the color is and avoid the pupil. If you'd like to see your progress or where you're depositing the brush, you can hit O on your keyboard and a red mask will pop up showing you where your progress is. And just do the same thing to the other eye. Now what this brush is doing is it's essentially allowing you to select a certain area of the image and make adjustments to that area without affecting the rest of the image. Okay, so once you're happy with your selection, go ahead and push O again to turn that mask off. And now we can see the adjustments that we're going to be making. So for me personally, I always start with taking up the exposure, and I take it up anywhere between 0.3 and 0.4. I've just found that for me, this suits me most in looking the most natural, but again, it's all up to your preference. So in addition to taking up the exposure, I also take up the clarity to intensify the detail just a little bit more. Okay, and once you're happy with the adjustments that you've made on the iris, go ahead and push enter on your keyboard to deselect that brush. You'll notice that the brush is deselected when the circle has turned gray and you now have a new brush to work with. So now we're going to do exactly what we did to the iris, but instead this time we're doing it to the white of the eye. So go ahead and start painting. Again, if you want to see your progress, just go ahead and push O on that keyboard and that red mask will pop up. Now it is a little bit more difficult to get as precise with the white of the eye as it is with the iris, but don't worry, just fill in all the area, and when you're finished, just hold down Option on your keyboard and you'll notice that the circle changes from a plus to a minus. So just continue holding down Option and clean away the spots that you don't want. Okay, so once you're happy with your selection, go ahead and push O one more time to turn that mask off. And now it's time to make some adjustments. So for the white of the eye, my goal is to whiten and brighten. And so to do that, first I'm going to take down the saturation, and this is the whitening part. So because there's some colors like blue that usually likes to hide in the whites, we're just going to manually take that saturation down to make it as white as possible. And to do this, I found anywhere between -40 and -50 usually works. It just depends on the image. Just be careful with this. You'll notice that the less saturated you go, the more gray that they'll look. So try not to make them gray. All right, so in addition to the saturation, I also take up the exposure, and I take it up even less than I do for the iris. In this case, anywhere between 0.1 and 0.2. And again, just hit enter on your keyboard to save those settings. And for the eyes, that's actually all of the adjustments that I make. So I'm going to hit enter one more time to get out of the adjustment brush. And now I'm able to show you a before and after of the progress that we've made. And wow, just with those few adjustments, you can see how much detail and even color that brought out without us having to even add a different color or really change anything about her eyes. We just brought out the natural detail and color, which I really, really enjoy. So guys, I really hope this helped you. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below. And Yeah, leave some ideas for future videos. I'll be happy to check them out. I appreciate you stopping by and showing some support, and I will see you guys in the next one.